This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Hindu.
Hello and welcome to Enterprising Entrepreneurs. Now in this Margari season, just imagine foreign tourists walking into a sabha and not as curious onlookers but actually belting out a raga in 45 minutes flat. That's when they are taught to belt out a raga, and you could attribute that not to magic, not to a miracle, but what both my guests today call NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, and I'm joined by Harini, Ramachandran. I call you Harini or should I call you Megha the singer? Because you're wearing one hat today, not both.
Considering I'm wearing the NLP hat today, you can call me Harini.
Harini and actor Ajit, or a lookalike of actor Ajit. You made foreign tourists actually sing, come up with a raga, by teaching them in 45 minutes. It's like we've heard of learn Tamil in 30 days. Learn raga in 45 minutes is something.
NLP actually started out about more than 30 years ago when the two co-founders of NLP, Richard Bandler and John Grinder, they found that in every field there were certain people that were really, really good at what they do, like they're geniuses. And in the same field, you also have people who are probably not so good at what they do. They're not so consistent. So it started out by identifying what is this difference that's making a difference between a genius and somebody who's ordinary, and they did this by modeling the genius, where they get into a state where you call it like the know nothing state and just completely imitate what they do, and that was similar to what we did in where I was telling you about the bunch of foreign people that.
So how did it happen? I mean, they must have been curious onlookers, and then in 45 minutes you made them sing.
Well, they knew that I am a singer, and they've never heard of Indian music before, Indian classical music before, and all it took was for them to completely imitate what I do without analyzing what I'm doing, and that's it. They were just able to follow lead.
Is this really that easy?
Well, I would say they were able to imitate a raga in 45 minutes, which is very different from learning a raga.
Okay.
But if you consistently imitate, maybe for a week, 10 days, then you can start picking them up.
Okay. You mean to say, Sanjay Pinto can also do a raga, learn to come up with a raga in 45 minutes. I'll do it on air if you do it.
You can imitate.
I can imitate. It's possible for me to do that.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like how a child starts imitating people and learns. You speak Tamil or English or whatever is your mother tongue, and then the child is looking at you and just imitating you. And then suddenly it picks up certain phrases here and there, and then it repeats it consistently enough till it becomes a part of its automatic response. Now, there the child does not have any belief systems. It doesn't have any analytical ability to say this is a verb, this is a noun. And that makes the child learn the language easier. And then what you do is, after the child starts speaking, then you teach the child, okay, this is a verb, this is a noun. So first you transfer the skill by imitation, and then you bring about analytical abilities.
So imitation is not just the best form of flattery, it's also the best form of learning sometimes. Talking of the child, when you were born, they thought it was a girl baby, right? And that explains your name. And that was Sola John.
Not me. Actually, my sister was named Full Moon.
Okay.
And since she was Full Moon, my mother said, why don't you call him Solar? And of course, the priest said, you can't call somebody Solar. So they had to call me Antano Solar.
Harini, are you riding two horses?
I am.
Or are you, because you're a playback singer and well known at that. That's why I'm often confused. I've stored your number as Megha, and suddenly to be calling you Harini, so are these two horses that you're riding? Is one your mainstay and the other, sort of a freelance project? How would you what is NLP to you?
NLP to me is as important as music is to me, and I don't think it has to be either or. It can be both, and that is truly what it is for me. So
You're able to juggle around both.
Yeah.
In terms of your time, do you give more time to singing? Or?
See, music schedules tend to be a little erratic because you just get recordings at all times, and so I can work around in such a way that I do both on any day.
So tell us, School of Excellence. It actually rings a bell because when I saw it on Harini's Facebook profile, I was wondering if it had anything to do with Law School of Excellence here in Chennai.
Actually, nothing at all. We just thought of the name, we did a name search, it was available, so we registered.
Okay. There's no deceptive similarity here. It wasn't a... Okay, and tell us what financial sense does it make for you? I mean, in your case, you were an engineer and you gave up what many would consider a lucrative career to do something totally different.
Well, first, it's not totally different. I still think that what I do is engineer stuff. And from the financial point of view, I still make the same amount of money I made when I was in my previous profession.
Was this something that you chalked out in advance before you got to know, or is it just a happy coincidence that you are taking home the same amount of money?
Well, actually, I just jumped out of work. I had to quit. It felt like the right thing to do then.
Why did you quit?
Well, I just thought it was the right thing. I was in a career change. I wanted to get...
Don't give me an NLP kind of answer. I thought it was the right thing. Tell me, I mean, the boss was not really good. Tell us, yeah.
No, it's a good company. It's a very good company. I still have stake in it. Yes. And...
I mean, ESOPs?
No, I own 3% of the company.
Okay.
But I just thought that I am not the right person for that position right then, and I thought maybe somebody else can drive it better. So I quit because it was a business position too, and it was managing technology and business and making sure that the company grew to a certain number in 2 years.
And you were doing very well for yourself here. I'm told that you were the youngest, arguably one of the youngest CTOs. Chief Technology Officers.
And tech author too.
Okay.
Yeah, some publishers from London actually saw my writing and asked me if I could write a book. And I think I wrote a book about 7 years ago when I was still in college. And I was consulting even when I was in college. So when I quit my job, there were a couple of options. There were some investors who said, why don't you start something with us? And there were some already well-to-do companies that wanted me to be an IT director or technology officer too. Then School of Excellence was just there. People came to us. Some asked, "Why don't you conduct a course?" And there were people who it just happened, and it was financially good. I mean, it covered our basic expenses.
Give us a ballpark figure. You charge, I mean, at least on the net, you charge something like 45,000 rupees per session. Is that correct?
For a practitioner course, yes, which would be like 6 days, which would cover pretty much the length and breadth of NLP. What an NLP practitioner certification would typically consist
Why should
of.
somebody come and do a course for this?
Everybody has a different objective to come and do a course.
See, people
like
would do a
this.
computer course, people would do a public speaking course, people would do something else and dancing or whatever. This is pretty much a virgin area here. So why would they come and shell out close to $500,000 for something like this?
See, we've had doctors, we've had psychologists, we've had
Psychologists
sales
as well?
professionals. Yes,
They see it as value addition in their respective fields.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we've had sales professionals, we've had trainers, business advisors, students.
Okay, what would you?
So we've had like a whole.
What would you do to
gamut of
a
people.
salesperson? How would a salesperson, for instance, benefit from your course?
A lot. Think about abilities of persuasion multiplied like 100 times. Now, salespeople go out and they may meet 10 people, they maybe sell to 2. What if they can meet 10 people and sell to 6? What if they can sell in half the time?
So what is it that you do to them to make them, inject them with performance steroids?
Yes, the two things we do for salespeople. One is motivation. Most salespeople, they just can't get up in the morning and think of the day and and see how much they're going to sell. You know, most salespeople we meet are already having high pressure or depressed. The second thing we do is we teach them certain skills. Now, you know, NLP evolved by studying hypnotists. So, in a regular conversation, sales is about selling feelings. You attach a good feeling to a product, and the person keeps coming back to it. And so we teach salespeople, how do you maintain basic rapport? How do you first understand the customer? How do you be precise in your language? We teach them how to vary their voice, how to speak faster or slower depending on...
So a bit of public speaking skills also, voice modulation and creativity and anecdotes and...
Yes, but there's a difference. In public speaking courses, they teach you what to do. So which means you have to keep a set of rules in your mind, and when you're going there and talking, you need to remember them, which doesn't happen. What we do in NLP is we condition you ahead of time. So the things we teach happen automatically. So when the salesperson is in front of a client, he's not going to remember these rules. It just happens.
I was asking you about your striking resemblance to actor Ajit and also your mannerisms. Have you had people, you know, walk up to you and ask you this as well in the past? Because I don't know, it's just a couple of episodes back we had, you know, Hema Sethuraman of Frappe, editor of Frappe magazine, and a lot of people felt that she looked like Ramba. So we're getting to meet a lot of actor and movie star lookalikes or non-enterprising entrepreneurs.
Yeah, I've had people telling me I look like Ajit, right from school days.
How have you, I mean, has someone come and asked for your autograph and all that? And have women blown kisses at you? Why are you looking at her?
Well, I don't know. She should answer that. She's the one who sees me.
Why is he looking at you?
I haven't come across people ogling at him for autographs, but I'm sure soon they will.
Okay.
One day.
After they watch NDTV Hindu and Enterprising Entrepreneurs, that I can assure you. Again, Megha, I mean, see, we have on this show, we have shattered over several episodes, several myths, like an entrepreneur doesn't have a boss. We had somebody who was saying that everyone is a boss of an entrepreneur, from the customer to the supplier. An entrepreneur doesn't work at his or her own pace, or works at his or her own pace, but actually you find that the customer sets the pace. In your case, a lot of people say you have to give up one for the other. Personally, I gave up law to get into journalism, and I'm still wondering if I can, marry the two. From singing, playback singing, which can really take its toll. I mean, it's it's demanding. It can be very draining. To something like this, which is again very creative, and to source customers. How do you strike that balance between retaining what you do and starting off something entirely new, something as challenging as what you're doing now?
Incidentally, ever since I started doing NLP, ever since we launched School of Excellence, I should say my playback career has been nicer than it was.
Really?
So it's
Tell us how. Something about lyrics, right? You don't have to keep a paper in front of you to sing, which would normally, it's actually a placebo, right? It's not always that people read through the lyrics, but it's just there for your comfort.
Yeah, I had to have my lyrics stand in front of me in any performance. Like I just couldn't do with it.
No, you don't.
It's not a choice I had.
No, you
but
don't.
Now, I just use it if I feel like it. It's not like if it's not there, then I'm a wreck. It's not like that anymore. And I used NLP to help me get over that problem that I considered I had. And in fact, Antano helped me with that. That was my first tryst with NLP.
How did you help her? That's interesting. I mean, to what? I mean, in terms of memory also, it sort of boosts your memory.
Focus, attention, memory, yes. In fact, some of the doctors who came to our course, they had no intention to use NLP with clients. They came there just so that they can study better in their further courses. So yes, a lot of people, now we're training for schools and colleges. We are teaching school children how to focus better, how to be more naturally interested in this subjects and stuff.
The uniform syllabus as well now.
Yes. We don't teach the syllabus, but schools give us about 3 days, and we condition the child to be more excited about what is there in their books.
And also about phobias as well. We come back after a short break. We'll talk to Antano. We'll find out if Antano can actually make me remember the names of all the MLAs in all the 234 constituencies in Tamil Nadu. Stay tuned.